So, for example, if a new season of Ghost Files comes out, which it is coming out, the premiere episode will be up on YouTube, but all the rest of the season will be behind the paywall. Unless they've put out a new update, I don't know. But I think that's the... Let's have a quick look. I don't think they have they? Have they? No, they've got an update. Should we watch the update? It's only 3.5 minutes. See, I'm still subbed to them, by the way. I didn't unsub. So...
Hey everyone! Last Friday we announced.
Right, hang on. I'm nervous. I'm guessing it's not going to be happy for everyone, but obviously there's something they need to address. So let's have a look, shall we?
Announced that we're leaving YouTube and launching our new streaming platform.
We messed up. A lot of you spoke out with...
I literally said in the video yesterday, they're going to put a video saying we fucked up. It had to come, let's be honest. It had to come.
Extremely valid comments and concerns, and we want to take the time now to address those.
We've been reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this, as well as the way we communicated it. We understand where you're coming from, and we're making immediate changes.
First, we want to affirm that you are the reason why we've been able to do anything at this company. You helped us every step of the way when we left BuzzFeed to start Watcher at the top of the pandemic in 2020.
You've supported us in so many ways by watching our content, attending our live shows, buying our merch, becoming members of our Patreon, and giving words of encouragement over the years.
I know I'm going to pause a lot. It's only 3.5 minutes, but this is stuff they should have said way before their announcement. Way before. Everyone knew this, but they should have said it. So,
and we are incredibly grateful for your support.
We're sorry for how we originally delivered our goodbye message to YouTube. It was insensitive. We didn't properly express how much we appreciate all of you. And we did a really bad job of explaining the reasoning behind this transition.
We also want to deeply apologize for our ignorance around the impact of the cost. We regret stating and implying that it's a price that anybody can afford, and we fully acknowledge that it is not. We didn't take the proper consideration for how this cost would affect you, and hope you know that we are taking this as a serious learning experience. With that in mind, we're making some changes to ensure that there's a way for our community to continue watching our content for free.
If you want...
No. I know who said it. I can't remember who said it. Apollo Creed? I can't remember who said. Sorry. We will get to it. Just watching the Watcher update, they've said all the content will come to YouTube for free a month after. Right. Okay, I get what they're saying now. See, I think that's fine.
If you want to watch our shows early and ad-free, you can catch them on the Watcher platform a month earlier. After that, you'll be able to watch our shows on YouTube for free. For those that have already subscribed to the platform, we're so grateful for your support. But if this change has you rethinking your membership, we will issue a full refund. And all past episodes and series will remain available on YouTube.
We'll get to it. That's all they had to do. That's all. I think they have tarnished their reputation now, and I think a lot of people probably won't go back. But putting everything up a month later, I think that's all they had to do. You know? If they thought of that in the beginning, nobody would have given a shit. It's just like Patreon. Some people put stuff behind Patreon for like a week before, like 2 days before, whatever. Nobody cares about that. Everyone is fine with that. See?
For the question of why we decided to launch our own platform, when we started...
Sorry, Nicola George, thank you for the membership. Very much appreciated and welcome.
Watcher in 2020, we wanted to create shows that we were proud of, that we had ownership over, and that would provide you the caliber of content that we felt you deserved. However, we were finding it harder and harder to stay relevant to advertisers and the constantly changing YouTube landscape. We faced some incredibly challenging decisions. We didn't want to compromise our content to ensure they met advertising requirements, and we definitely did not want to lay people off that have brought Watcher to life behind the scenes.
That's fine. That's fine. Obviously, you don't want to lay off mates and stuff. But like I said, it was the way they went about it. It was the way they just dropped it on everyone. We can't make enough money. We're leaving YouTube. That was the biggest thing. Like I said, if they'd given people a warning, a chance to think about it, this wouldn't have happened. This would have been totally fine. And your reputation would have been intact. Vlad Tepes, thank you very much for the gifted membership. Much appreciated. Apologies if I missed people, by the way. I'm just listening to this for a second and pausing a lot.
And we didn't want to bring Watcher to a close. which would have happened if we stayed solely on YouTube.
That's why we decided to launch the platform, so that we as a company could continue, we could pay our staff fairly, and not only continue to make great content for you, but expand with new shows, new voices, all ad-free. And now with the addition of accessible options, this is a decision that we all believe is the best for Watcher.
However, we realized that in figuring out the logistics of what this might take, we overlooked the way it would impact all of you. We hope you'll be patient with us through these mistakes, and we remain incredibly sorry that they were made in the first place.
We also want to directly address our Patreon community, who have played such a key role in supporting us from the very beginning.
Yeah, it's the patrons which I think have been punched in the dick more than anyone, if you ask me. Obviously, people who wanted to watch it for free, they've been let down as well. But it's the patrons who they let down the most, because they put so much money into it. And like for year-long subscriptions, recently, by the way, and then all of a sudden they say, well, you can go to the sub thing for 30% off. Sorry, I'm missing. I will get your comments now. But
All current Patreon members will receive a free subscription code to the platform. If you already purchased a subscription, please contact us and we will issue you a full refund.
We look forward to continuing to make shows and introducing all the incredible things that we've got planned for the platform alongside YouTube. And in the meantime, we are forever grateful to all of the people who make up our community. And we hope that you consider joining us in this next chapter of our journey, whether that's on YouTube or on the platform.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
they obviously had a rough night. A rough 2 nights. You could tell by looking at them, the regret coming from their mouths right now, it's showing. But that's all they had to do, look. And it's totally understandable if people never want anything to do with them again, because I totally understand that. But putting it a month after, I mean, it's not massively ideal for people, but at least it's going to be still free for people who can't afford to or don't want to pay the $5.99. So they're obviously forced to do this, and if nobody had complained, they would have just went ahead with it. Sorry, but I like I said, the website they made probably took months and months and months of planning, and they had no choice to go ahead with it. But they had to come out with this solution. They had to. They clearly. I think they went from 3.1 million subs to 2.8 or 2.7. I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, it had to be made. It had to be made. What is the solution? Grayscale, they basically they're no longer leaving YouTube. They still have the subscription service. If you want to go there, that's fine. Everything up on that sub service will now be on the YouTube a month later. I mean, it's not amazing news for people who still, want to watch this stuff. But at least it's a compromise of sorts where they can still do their business model, but at the same time, still try and keep some people happy, But I think they've definitely lost a massive percentage of their viewers now, and they know this. You could tell in that video. Look at them. You could tell, they know they massively fucked up, massively, And I think they realize now they've lost a lot of goodwill with their fans and trust and respect. But I think with this now, where it's going to be on their channel a month later, at least saving a bit. So I don't know. Positive I missed anyone, by the way. It's an important video to watch. The headquarters in Los Angeles is an expensive place to live. I can't imagine. You know what? I'm glad they did this. I didn't double down. I'm just glad I can still watch some of my favorite shows. They made a mistake, but they owned up to it more than exactly. If they had doubled down, I think that would have been the end of Watcher myself. I think so. So I don't know. As a fan of the old show, I don't know now. Yeah, it's totally understandable. Understandable if people want nothing to do with it now. It's totally understandable. But at least there's some sort of compromise, so at least it's something, I suppose. And coming a month later, to YouTube after this subservice. It's almost like a Patreon thing. It is a textbook corporate apology. Stu, I said all this in the video. I think all of us knew they had to come out with a video like this. They had to. I don't think there was no way. I firmly believe they were not going to go forward with their heads buried in the sand, hoping for the best. They had to come out with something like this. But it's their own doing. It's their own doing at the end of the day, you know. I'm a patron of theirs. I thought it was harsh for me to have to pay. Exactly, Sugar Plum. So I think that's the people who watched them for free. It was a kick in the ass for them. But it was the people who paid for their Patreon. Like I said, some of them had annual payments, paid for the year, and then they were saying, "No, you still need to pay for the sub thing, the sub website." So yeah, it's the patrons who had the biggest kick in the bollocks, if you ask me. The subscription fee put a bad taste in everyone's mouths. Nobody will sign up. Yeah, like I said, if they had handled it differently, given people 6 months, 12 months to say, look, in a year's time, we're no longer on YouTube. We're going to have our own website. I think people would have been fine with that. But to just drop it after a 3-day countdown to saying we have a big announcement, stay tuned. I think that was the worst way to announce that anything. The saving grace is they caught on now with a minor pee-pee swatting and not a full ream months down the line. Yeah. I haven't watched BuzzFeed for a long time. I think they lost a lot of money, Brian. And I think, obviously, I should hope they were thinking of their fans when they made this video now. But I think it was also a financial hit that also turned them around. Mr. Iranian, I have discounts on my OnlyFans. Much appreciated. I think they deserve a second chance. They made a stupid mistake. Paul agreed. I agree. I think they do deserve a second chance. They need to keep in mind what the hell happened, and to never try something like that again. But yeah, I think they do deserve a second chance. It was clearly something because the way the countdown was, it was clearly something they thought everyone would love. I don't know who in their meetings, in their full business meetings, who said, "This is an amazing idea. They'll love this." I think they need to change that strategy for a start. Nikki June, welcome. Glad they've shown their faces. Yeah, exactly, Nikki. Yeah, exactly. Donald Devine, welcome. Apologies if I missed anyone. Map Awakening, welcome. But yeah, they absolutely needed to make that video. And I'm glad they did. Because, like I said, I'm a fan of them. I didn't want to see them go away. But they absolutely cocked up. And they needed to be, put in their place, basically. And they clearly were, with all the videos, the dislike ratio on the video, and I think this Twitter. I don't agree with anyone giving absolute hate to anyone, even that Stephen Lim guy. But they needed a message sent, so to speak, So, still don't know what they do. Stevens can start his own channel. The thing is, I had no idea who he was until yesterday. This is what the most baffling thing was for me, anyway. I had no idea who he was until yesterday, and he was the CEO. Mr. Iranian, once again, thank you for the gifting of the memberships. Very much appreciated. In the old days, we called it being nickeled and dined to death. Now it's being $4.99 to $9.99 to death. You should ask the fans exactly if they did that. If they put a video out or a poll out on their main channel. I heard they might have put it on some social medias, but whenever someone does that when they put something out on a social media instead of their main channel, they don't want many people to see that. So I don't know, but I think they should have let people know. let people know in advance, none of this would have gone down the way it has. And that would have been the end of it. People would have been, all right, maybe I will, maybe I won't. But you got time to think about it. Not a bloody 3-day countdown to an amazing announcement, and boom, we're leaving YouTube. Biggest mistake any channel could ever do, honestly. I think they were more focused on saving watchers, so it wasn't just a casual meeting on money. Yeah, Mike, yeah. I'm no doubt that, from what they were saying, we had to save watcher. But at the same time, they got themselves into that situation where they had to think about saving the company or whatever, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't want it to go away. I hope this compromise now makes some people happy, and I hope they can still do the things they want with their company. I hope they do.